Good morning, everybody. How are you doing today? Welcome to my channel, Homemade and Homegrown. My name is Tammy Sousa. We are going to process potatoes today. This is my first time this year processing potatoes, canning potatoes, however you want to put it. But I'm really excited about it and I want to share it with you today. So yeah, I'm just going to get started. So first off, I got a really excellent deal at Costco yesterday. 15 pounds of potatoes for $7.49. They're russets. I hear they are the starchiest potato to can, but we're going to blanch them for a little bit before putting them in the canner. So, but I couldn't pass that up. $7.49 for 15 pounds of potatoes. Hello. So I grabbed two. So I ended up getting 30 pounds for less than, what, $15. So that's pretty good. So I had already started peeling, and I did peel them. Some people just wash them and leave the, I'm going to move this camera better for you. And they'll leave the skins on, which is fine. But I don't do that. So, or I'm not going to do that. So I had my dad last night actually help me peel 15 pounds of potatoes. So that's what we're looking at right now. Plus I had I think I had a 3 pound or a 5 pound bag. 5 pound bag. I had a 5 pound bag of potatoes, so we mix that in. So we're looking at 20, we'll just say we got 20 pounds of potatoes here. So I'm just finishing up the last few. Bring it down here. The last few potatoes. And we're cutting them into, like, I don't know, I'd say 1 inch cubes, I guess. You don't want to make them too small because then they'll become mushy in the canner because they have to process for 90 minutes. Or 40 minutes, sorry, 40 minutes. Forgive me. Okay, so we're going to put them in the water here. So last night, like I said, when Dad was cutting these potatoes up for me, or peeling them for me, I had them sitting in this water with fresh fruit. Fresh fruit helps your vegetables and fruits from browning in your cans. Just keeps them fresher longer too, but it just makes your product look a whole lot nicer in your can. Whoop. So it looks like he did a better job than I did. So I came across Homestead Heart. I love that girl. I think she's out of Alabama. But all you other homesteaders and canners probably know who she is. Now I think that's it. But this has been sitting overnight in that fresh fruit. So I don't like the look of that potato, so we're not going to put it in. So what we've got going on over here at the stove, my hot water, what I'm going to put my potatoes in to blanch them. It's not quite hot yet. I just turned it on. And on the other one, I've got my 1 liter wide mouth jars. These guys right here. Got these prepared in the other pot just to keep them hot. What I am going to do though is fill up my kettle. I've just turned on my kettle because we're going to need, because these are going to be hot, right? The potatoes are going to be hot. And I'm going to rinse them a couple times as well before I put them in the cans, in the jars. Also, I'm going to be adding a teaspoon of Himalayan salt, probably maybe a half a teaspoon. Yeah, probably just a half a teaspoon. We'll do that too, and we'll get the pressure canner going. I'm so excited, I can't wait. So as soon as this gets boiling, or almost boiling, actually, we're pretty close now. I'm going to start putting the potatoes in now. So the canner, or the pressure canner that I have is a Presto, and I can do 7 of those 1 liter, I guess they're called quarts. But the thing is with us Canadians, Canadian Americans, our measurements are different. So I'm going by the Canadian way. 1 liter. Clean up my mess. You know, I wish I could find a nice stainless steel pot that doesn't stain. Because it looks terrible, doesn't it? Anyway, let's get these potatoes blanching. We're going to do that for probably only about 2-3 minutes. And then we'll rinse them. Like I said, we'll get them started putting them in the pot, in the jars. So when that time comes, I'll bring you back. So see you in a second. Actually, while we are waiting, I got this the all-new Ball Book of Canning and Preserving. There's a lot of great recipes in this book, and it's pretty thorough. Water canning, water bath canning, and pressure canning. Meals in a jar, drinks, pickles, sauces, barbecue sauce, salsa. What's this? Blueberry butter, apple plum butter, applesauce, if you're into all that. How to can your fruits. But look at that citrus glazed roast chicken. That looks good. Marmalades, of course, your jellies. I did my first batch of grape jelly in my last video. If you haven't seen that, go back and check it out. It turned out fine. Like it went in kind of a little more liquidy than I expected. So I processed them, waited to see how they turned out, and they were fine. So anyway, you might want to check that video out for if you're interested in canning grape jelly. So we're still waiting here, and like I said, as soon as I just wanted to tell you I got that book, so I've been really checking that out. There's another book that I got that is a lot easier to follow, recipes and things like that. So, but the Ball book is still a great book. So we'll see you in a minute. Okay, so finally we got these to a boil. I think I'm gonna have to invest in another stove because this literally took a half an hour. A second to you guys, but a half an hour to me. Anyway, so what we're gonna do is I'm going to pull these out and rinse them. I was afraid that I might be cooking them too much, so they're coming in. They're coming out. Got a bit of a splash in the face, so be careful. Be careful. Hot water. I'm not going to waste this hot water because of how long it took. I'm going to put the next batch inside this hot water. Some would probably say, oh, but you're putting it in starchy water. Well, you know what? I'm not taking another half an hour for a new pot of water to be coming to a boil. I'll be here all day. Or I still got to get them in the pressure canner, which now I've started to get ready. And they have to process for 40 minutes. Well, I think I'm going to have 2 batches, so shut that off for a minute. Is that it? Yeah, I think that's it. So we're going to now start filling up first batch. Guys, I've been sitting in hot water the whole time. Okay, let's bring it down to eye level. So we're going to do a half a teaspoon of Himalayan salt in each jar, and we're going to start filling them. Start to fill these babies up. I don't know what happened, but my camera stopped recording. Okay, wipe your rim. I had to take this one out because I forgot to debubble it. Going back in the canner. Get another one. Half a teaspoon. Where is it? Half a teaspoon of salt. Yeah, I'm gonna have to invest in another stove simply because where'd that guy go? That took way too long. It should not have taken a half an hour for my pot to come to a boil. But you guys were the lucky ones. You didn't have to wait. Okay, hot water. Pour it to the rim, the first rim. It's a 1-inch headspace. Take your debubbler. Wipe your rim. Get a hot lid. Ooh, balance. Okay, get a ring. Yeah, finger tight. There you go. Keep the process going. Half a teaspoon of salt. Like that one. Oh, let's wipe your jar, Tammy. You don't want any salt or residue from your food to be on the top there, otherwise you won't get a good seal. Jesus, doesn't seem like a very good magnetic lid lifter. Okay, ring. If you like what you see, put a ring on it, right? All the single ladies. I'm not single. Your girl just celebrated her 20th wedding anniversary on March 10th. And I feel really blessed to have done that. Joe's an awesome man. God knew who I needed for a man. So patient and kind and loving. Such a family man. Let me shake that down a little bit. These are very hot jars, so be careful. Throw in a couple more. Oh, maybe too many. too many. Okay, I'm actually going to do the last 3 jars. I'm going to add probably, let's try a teaspoon of parsley. Yeah, let's do that. That'll make it look really pretty. Okay. I don't remember if I just finished my thought about the stove, but we got it used, and I don't know. I wasn't too sure about it at the time. Wipe. Anyway, it came from a restaurant, and my other stove had just like kaput on me. We have no idea. Joe's usually one that'll find a way to fix it first before even thinking about spending money on another one. But after he comes home today, I'm going to let him know that his wife isn't a happy camper with this stove. That should be hot enough. Yeah. Okay, we're going to fill it up, 1-inch headspace. Okay, let's debubble. See those bubbles coming up? I think by putting the parsley in, it makes it look even more pretty. Now, why is this not picking up? Did I just wipe that? Gonna ring. One more. Last one, girls and guys. Half a teaspoon salt. Teaspoon parsley. This is so easy. Tammy likes easy. The easier the better. We're going to just tap that, shake it down a bit. Throw in a couple more. There we go. Water into it. Debubble. You know, I love learning. So this is a great learning curve. And I love watching all our fellow homesteaders and canners that are sharing their love and recipes and all that stuff online, so that people like us who've never done it before can feel real confident in canning. Okay, let's bring it over. Here we are. We've got 7 1-liter quart jars in my Presto canner. Now I've turned on the heat already. I wanted this to be prepared hot for when I got going because of what happened. Okay, so the water's in the canner. Everybody's happy, and now we're going to put the lid on it. I have a dial gauge. This is your vent pipe. This is going to vent your steam. You want to make sure that your well, you can call it a nipple. This tells you that when this pops up, there is pressure in your canner. Okay? If there's any kind of an emergency, this thing will also pop up. But we're good. So they say look through the hole of your vent. Make sure that you can see through it. I can see you guys. You probably can't see me. But anyway, we're going to put her on. Go. Oh, actually, well, I want to put the rest of the vinegar in my canner. Okay, she's going on, ladies and gentlemen. Locked and loaded. So let me bring you over here. So with my altitude, I'm 1,000 feet. So I have to go to 10 to 11 pounds of pressure up here at the top. Between 10 and 11 pounds of pressure. But before that happens, as this is heating up, steam is going to start coming out of this vent pipe. I just noticed Tika in the background. Anyway, steam is going to start coming out of the vent pipe. Once that is shooting out a fair amount of steam continuously, we're going to time it for 10 minutes. 10 minutes is the standard time for venting. Once you've got that, then once the timer's done, then you're going to put your weight that comes with the canner, you're going to put it on top, just like that. That's when it's going to start building pressure in your canner. Okay? Build it up to your altitude. You can find that out online. Then we're going to watch it. Then that's when you're going to set your timer and to process your potatoes or your produce, whatever you're canning, for the recipe time that it calls for. So this is going to call for 40 minutes. So when I get to that point, when I get to this venting, I'll bring you back just so that you can see. And do I get this on high? Now I do. Once it gets venting and the steam is just pouring out, then I'll bring you back. We'll set the timer for 10 minutes and we'll go from there. Okay? We'll see you in a minute. Okay, so this just popped up. Okay, and we're now starting to get the steam going. I know you can't really see it, I don't think. Yeah. Anyway, it's not quite steaming enough yet. We're almost there. Okay, so we're going to set the timer for 10 minutes. Okay, here we go. 10 minutes. See you in a second. See you in a minute. Okay, as you saw, the 10 minutes is up. I'm going to now put the weight on the gauge here. On the vent. Be careful, just get away from you. Okay. Now this is going to build up pressure fairly quickly. And I'm going to get it to the between 10 and 11 pounds of pressure mark. And then we're going to set the timer for 40 minutes. As you can see, it's moving pretty quick. We're doing good, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so we've reached the mark. I've turned down the heat. That should stay nice and steady there between 10 and 11 pounds. And I've started the timer. So we'll see you in a second, but 40 minutes for me. While we're waiting for the potatoes to process, I thought I'd bring you over to my grow table and see how my broccoli and cauliflower is doing, and my peppers and some of my tomatoes. In the red solo cups, there's onions, yellow Spanish onions. But I've already had to prune some of these weak ones. This is the, right here, this is the broccoli. Yes, broccoli. No, this is the cauliflower. This is the broccoli. And now my peppers. So this is my hot pepper tray. So there's quite a few that come out stronger than the others, but we have hope. And then in this one we have bell peppers, and again quite a few strong ones in here, so that's exciting. A few new ones coming up, as you can see there. So that's that. And then we've got our San Marzano tomato plants. They're coming up pretty good. This is 2 full weeks of growth. So this is very exciting. And I have I've got a total of, I guess, 24 of these, 24 solo cups, and they are Spanish yellow onions. These ones right here. I got these ones a couple years ago, and I wanted to see if they'll still grow because, as you can see, there's an expiry of 2016. So I'm going to see if they grow for this side, and then I got new ones here this year, so we'll see how they go. Nothing, I don't see any signs of anything growing yet, but onions take a lot longer to grow. But there's my 2 full weeks of growing, and everything's looking awesome. There we go. It is finished. We held it at 10 pounds. Thank goodness. Okay, so what we do is we turn off the heat. We let this canner cool off on its own, which is probably going to be about an hour before I even open this lid. So once this nipple or valve drops and this dial gauge goes down to 0, we'll be safe to remove this. And then once that's all done, then I'm safe to remove the top. So we're gonna see some beautiful looking potatoes, and I'll be right back. Okay. Okay, moment of truth. It has taken about 45-50 minutes for this to completely cool off. My top is, or my valve tip here is down. We're down to 0. And remove this. There's no steam or anything coming through that, which indicates that all the pressure has been released. And we can safely open this lid up. I went ahead and started on filling the other jars that I'm going to be doing, but we'll just share doing the one batch with you today. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to safely open this canner. Now, because there's still going to be a fair amount of steam still inside, the safe way is when you take it off, you make sure that you open it away from your face so that the steam doesn't come up on you and burn your face. Okay, so let's do this safely. Okay, here we go. Open. And I come close over here. Let's go away from your face. You see all that steam? Perfect. Oh, it smells good. Yeah. Okay. Let me put you in a different angle. First off, before I take them out, I'll just give you a peek of what's going on inside, what it looks like. Okay, now be very careful taking these out. Straight up, don't hit them. They're still boiling inside, actually. Doesn't that look good? So I'm going to lay that in the little box here. See them still boiling? No way, you're telling me they're already popping? They smell really, really good. Some I just did plain with just salt in them. And in this batch I did 3 that have the parsley in them. There you go. There we go. So they can cool off now. And we'll hear some of them popping. There you have it. And there wasn't much water loss. So I'm going to put these guys in. I managed to get 6 more, and this is what was left over. So I can't, that's not going to go in a jar at all. So I've got 6 more to process, and I'm going to start that all over again. I want to thank you for joining me as I process potatoes for the first time. It's been a lot of fun. I hope this was educational and inspiring for you to do the same thing, because you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. And this is how we learn. We learn together, we grow together, and it's just a fabulous way to preserve our food. And really, it's if you're strapped for time for creating meals and things like that, they're already 3/4, if not all cooked. So you just throw them in a stew or something, and there's all kinds of recipes that you can add these to, but it'll be quick and easy. So instead of an hour prep work for your meal or half an hour, you'll have maybe 10 or 15 minutes. So I'm really excited. Can't wait to dig into these when it comes time. But anyway, again, thank you so much for joining me today. It's been a pleasure sharing this with you. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and share our content if you could be so kind. And don't forget to hit that notification bell, and we will see you in the next video. Have a God bless day, and we'll see you again. Bye for now.